This is MtgMelee. When you sign in, you will be signing in on my profile. And here are the things that you need to know. You need to be able to go to the tournament, and this tells you the upcoming tournaments. I'll show you how to start a tournament. Instead of doing everything from scratch, you will clone the tournament and then uh, update the dates and the prizes. Okay, so today's tournament is 6:35. There's 4 hours until registration. In order to control, so here are the key pieces. This is what people see. They see the description, then there are prizes, there's contact. In the description, it tells people where to go. For the tournament is actually held on Discord. Discord is where idols, well, the pairings are announced on MtgMelee, but the people play and get the opportunity to talk to each other on the Discord. So the Discord is this app here. So MTG Barbados is the Discord, and once people start, in order to type, I recommend people go to tournament comms, but in order to communicate, you go down to tournament lobby, and most people start here. And when they start the games, you will advise people to drop down to any one of the game rooms. Each of these are voice rooms that people could play in. So you would tell people drop down to the respective rooms with the person, with the opponent, so that they can, them and them opponent could play. What I try to do is I try to jump in. Say if only one person is on the in the channel, I jump in and I ask them, hey, would you mind sharing your screen so I can watch them gameplay as a tournament organizer, as long as I'm not playing. And the reason I do that is because I just use something called Streamlabs OBS to record it, so I can use that to put content up on my YouTube channel. But that ain't really relevant to right now. Right now, I want you to know how to navigate it. So any questions that people will have, they would put it in the tournament comms, which is here. Put it in tournament comms, and you will answer them questions. Here's how you pair the rounds. You go into tournament controller, and then when 6:35 starts, you start the event, and then you go to pair round, and then you publish pairings. So when I hit pair round here, I have it on a, well, it doesn't work until the tournament starts, but you hit pair round, and then it comes at all the persons who were here. So right now there are 9 players. I suspect that if we've got more than 9 players, people are gonna rush on last minute. But everybody who's enrolled but not checked in will be dropped. So what we can do here is we can go to announcements, and we can ask all players to check in. So all players playing in the event this evening, please hit check in before 6:30. I'm going to come all caps. All players not checked in will be dropped. Right, everybody will get that notification, because last week I had this particular player here. Alright, 10. I'm still looking for so somebody just jumped. It is 210. Who's the 11th player? Today. So today at 1:45, today at 2:08. Flush Donkey just joined. Right? So I know that them on Twitch and them on Twitter. So I know that when I want to reach them, I got ways to reach them. This body, on Twitch, this body submit the deck list. Alright? So it can tell if you submit your deck list and if you check in. So the check-in is more important than submitting the deck list. Alright? So you can add players manually. You can hit drop all no shows. I really don't want to drop a lot of people, but you have to, because if people ain't signed up properly, there will always be an issue where the rounds pair and people ain't got no opponents. So once you start the event, you'll go here, back here to pairings, you will pair the round, and then you will hit publish the pairing. I can show you how to do this on a phone, but right now I just want to show you the computer screen so you can see what's going on. Once the round pair, you will come back here to announcement, and you will make an announcement, round one pairings are up. Then you will come back here to discard. Actually, let me come off of this. You will come back up here to discard, and you will go back in the same tournament lobby, and you will be here. You will be available, right? And you could got your mic muted, but you will be available here if anybody asks you a question. Putting it off, you will come back here and check general, and you will check tournament counts to see if anybody asks a question. Now, if you get a message now in MtgMelee, it will come up here, right? And you will get a support ticket, or you will get a message, and the message will come up here. Now, when you go into your messages, oh, this is an interesting one. In order to speak to a player directly, you gotta come to the name, go to players, and hit chat. You understand? So once you chat with our player, you open a channel and chat with them, and then you can ask them, hey, have you checked in? Hey, you having an issue, etc., etc. So that's the main way to communicate with people. What you do is that I give a warning, a match loss, and a round loss. So 3 rounds make up 1 match. So it's best of 3. The first 2 out of 3 wins. So if one player wins 1, the other player wins 1, whoever wins the 3rd match advances. So you will lose a round. So you will lose round 1, right? Or you would lose a game loss. Sorry, not round. What are you talking about? You would get a game loss. So you would lose game 1. You would lose game 1, but then you would lose game 2 if you don't respond to the notice saying, hey, you haven't checked in, etc., etc. You got a game 1 loss. You got game 1 loss. If you don't respond in 5 minutes, you can get a game 2 loss, right? You as the organizer or whoever's the judge got the discretion to give how much ever time extensions after the round, right? I know the timer is set for 55 minutes, and this is for all 3 games, right? So if people play 1 game and it take 40 minutes, they got 15 minutes to play the other 2 games. After the game gets a time, after the time run out, and you see players still playing, you can see who's still playing here when you come back to pairings. Down here will show you what pairings are still active. So it will tell you round 1 pairing, or it will come out here as results, right? So you will see John Doe win 2-1, John Doe win 1-1-1. No results submitted. No results submitted means that a match is still live. So when that timer run out, right? When that timer run out, you will come back here and you will make an announcement. Time is ended. Obviously, you will make an announcement like 5 minutes before time. You will make an announcement here saying time is ended. Active player is turn 0. So there are 5 turns. So turn 0 or 6 turn 0 is a turn that time get announced on, and it starts the next body turn is turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. After 5 turns, the match ends, and nobody will win. The match ends in a draw, and it will report to soup. Right, so now coming back here to announcement, you got 3 types of announcements. If you make an error, you could put error. If it's a warning for somebody, say, hey, if you don't register, if you don't check in, you can get dropped. So that's the type of, but most of your announcement should be information to all people. I hope that this was comprehensive. Okay, so when a round is finished, you come back here. Once all of them are reported, you go move on to the next round. So you click the tab for round 2, and then again you will pair round. And once all the people are active, etc., you would hit publish round, right? And the same thing for round 3. When round 3 is completed, because I got 3 rounds of Swifts and 2 cut to top 4 for prizes. Let me go back here to show you what prizes are. So these is the prizes that the people can get. I can ship them wherever the person live. So at the end of round 2 or the end of round 3, you come into the discard and you ask people individually. You ask people individually in a direct message, hey, where do you live? And this body can tell you where they live, what the address is, and then we'll ship it. Right? I will always ship all over the world because the tournament was mainly done so patrons would be able to get cards. I have the opportunity to get cards instead of me just sending them out of the kindness of my heart. They're participating in the tournament. If to win, I will send on the cards to Barbados. So Australia, China, nowhere in the world really far because I got universal postage stamps. So at the end of round 3, you will look now in standings. You will come back here now. Go back to tournament controller. You're looking at standings. Standings can tell you how the people. So look at the top 4 at the end of round 2, right? Or even at the end of round 3. But you don't want to wait so late. You can see who can make the top 4. Reach out to them, right? At the end of round 3 and say, hey, give me your address, give me your address, give me your address, give me your address, right? And then when the top 4 start, the same thing. From here, you will use how to finish in in Swiss, right? How the ranking is Swiss place to determine which prizes they will get. So tournament details, the prizes. Person who finished first, double masters. Second, premium black cards. Third, fancy Rayom. Fourth, regular black cards. Right? And then you will get arena codes. The arena codes will come from Anime Spot Collab. Anime Spot collaborations, and they would send you a list of codes here. Right? It will send a list of codes here, and then you will click. I can add you to this group. You can select the codes here manually. 1, 2, the separated with a comma. Right? And then you will give out the codes individually to everybody who participates.